So we've gone around the pits, we've chatted to people, we've chatted to riders, we've chatted to mechanics, and the question was, is downhill dead? Now, I don't think downhill is dead, but I really do think there needs to be better communication, better safety, better just transparency in the sport. I think the biggest thing that we're all dealing with that makes it so frustrating is that we get kept in the dark, we don't get told things, we don't get updated on things, and because of that, we're all kind of just lost. And I think doing this is probably going to piss a few people off because, and I don't want people to get the wrong impression, downhill isn't dead, but the direction it's going and hearing people talk about teams shutting down and people leaving the sport because of what's happening, I just want to draw attention to that. I want to draw attention that things aren't going well and it's negatively affecting a lot of people. Now, this was obviously a bit of a piss take. That's what I do, stir stuff up. But I think stuff does need to get stirred up. I think people just putting their head in the ground or in the sand and not talking about this stuff is not the way to do it either. My big takeaway from all this is better communication, better transparency. The people that are making these decisions need to stand up and say this is why in front of the riders, in front of the team managers, and actually understand what's going on, because we're all just kind of lost in the dark about why these decisions get made and why things happen. So all in all, downhill is not dead, but the direction it's going isn't as positive, I think, as it should be. Cheers, guys.
Are you also looking for tyres?
Yeah, our tyres got stolen. We're asking people, do you think downhill is dead?
If you're a junior and you like racing in the mud, then yeah.
So if you're an English downhiller, downhill is dead?
If your name's Dom Platt and you're on for a win today, then yeah, downhill's dead.
So yeah, he obviously is a guy that's going to do well in these conditions, and he just doesn't get a shot because of the weather gods.
I'm not even sure the weather gods had a play in it today.
Well, I was going to say, all the downhillers are walking down now and saying the track is prime.
Andy just came down, he was like, oh, if I could go up there now and ride, I would, because it looks fun.
What time were they supposed to race? About now or earlier?
Dom's right before the whiteboard. I think Dom was going to go off at 12:35 roughly. Yeah, about 12:30.
Something like that.
Yeah, and he qualified 7th, so the top boys would have been going down maybe just before 1.
How do we fix this?
The riders need to be heard. Obviously, everyone's keen to ride. I get maybe that some of the junior women might have struggled, but it's a World Cup.
I think there's a difference between struggling and being too dangerous to ride.
There's no one left up on track still. Everyone got down.
Yeah.
And whether you got down and it took you 10 minutes or it took you 4 minutes, then it's kind of racing, isn't it? The world's best have got to be able to ride in all of the conditions.
Do you think all the elite riders should go strike and say we will not race tomorrow unless they move the juniors to tomorrow for semis, and the elite, no semis, straight to finals?
I mean, it'd be good if you're a spectator, but all the riders have got contracts, haven't they?
Yeah, but at what point, if something's happening that riders don't agree on, and then everyone agrees that it's not safe or not good, and then we all don't kind of band together, does any change happen?
Yeah, but it's going to be that guy that doesn't. He sees his opportunity and goes, and then ruins it for the 58 other people that don't do it. So, no, it's unfortunate. I don't think that'd be cool to be able to see the riders clump together like that, but realistically a team manager's going to go, no, you've got a contract, you want to ride next year, get yourself on the hill. Yeah. So it'd be cool, but I can't see it happening. And now they've done the podium, it's done, isn't it? Yeah, they've gone off qualies yesterday, which is kind of crap. Well done to Pinky, he put a heater down. No, not taking anything away from him, but it might have been a different result today if they'd raced.
Sure. Oh, thank you. And asking people if they think downhill is dead. As being an English wet rider, if you got told you couldn't ride because it was raining, would you be upset about that, seeing as you became world champ in the wet?
Yeah, probably be pretty upset actually. Yeah, I think even our junior, he was absolutely gutted that he couldn't ride this morning, so yeah, it's not great, I don't think. I guess from their side there must be a tough call, but yeah, to me it seems pretty stupid. I just walked the track now and I thought it looked really good.
That's what everyone's saying, it's prime now.
Yeah, maybe since they rode at 9 in the morning, it was probably a lot worse. Yeah, I don't know.
That's the thing, they would have raced at 12 o'clock, which it would have obviously gotten better by that time.
I guess the more people riding, churning the dirt up, it would have got better as well. But can't really do a lot. I guess the decision is the decision, so just hopefully we can race tomorrow.
yeah. What would your like solution be to like try and fix something like this and like have race runs actually happen?
I have no idea, to be honest. I think it sucks that we can't really control the weather, but I don't think there's a lot we can do about it. We're in the mountains, the weather changes all the time, so I don't know. I don't really think there's a good method at the minute. Well, I don't know. I'm sure someone will come up with something, but yeah, at the minute, don't know.
On a more positive note, I've got to ask you, what was the feeling like when Loris was coming down at World Champs and the last split came up and he was 2 seconds back? Like, what was the feeling from that moment you saw that split and that last 30-second pedal?
Really strange. Never ever had an emotion like it before in my life. I was almost emotionless. Like,
out of body.
Just, not sunk in at all. It was like definitely a pinch me moment, and absolutely mental, to be honest.
So I think that's almost the best time, between that split and the finish, because it's like, it's the unknown, and it's leaning towards you more. It's like...
Yeah, it was a really weird feeling, and I've never really felt anything like it before. I think for me it was probably quite a big step from like getting into the top 10, and then maybe I thought a podium at a World Cup would have come first, but no, I just went straight to World Champ. So
it's like Reese as well. The British guy just goes straight into it.
Yeah, so he sent us straight in the deep end, which it was probably quite a shock for like my brain to process. But it was sick.
Do you feel like you've got more confidence now that you're like wearing those stripes? Because that's kind of what happened with Reese. He like wore them, and you could see like lifting.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess so. I think in Andorra I didn't really like the track, and I struggled there previously. So. And when I first put the jersey on, I was like, oh shit. I should have like put it on before a bit, I think.
Well, you heard about Petey when he got it? He rolled around the dirt at the top because he kept crashing in it. So he went on and just like rolled around the mulch.
Yeah, maybe I need to do something like that.
You were at the top just doing stuff in the dirt.
Front flips at the start gate. But it's pretty crazy still, but pretty special.
Sick. Cheers, dude.
Cheers, brother.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
What's going on with downhill at the moment? We're asking people if they think it's dead.
I think downhill's died. Downhill's died a death. I don't know why I'm still here. I should have just packed up and gone home.
Well, he's still got a job for now, but after this year.
All drama aside, I mean, I think maybe I don't have all the information, but from my perspective, the decision today seems crazy. If you can't ride a fresh, muddy downhill track for which we have mud spikes in the rain when you're a mountain biker, what's the point? Like, if you can't run the lift, or you can't run the medical helicopter because there's a storm or winds or something. Like Andorra last week, it was so windy we can't run the heli. Fair enough, but that's a safety concern. I saw juniors come across, I saw juniors do the last drop. Everyone I spoke to said they wanted to ride, which again isn't the whole field, so admittedly I'm looking at it from my own perspective, but it seems crazy to me. And I know they've got to try and forecast off a bit of weather, but the day so far today has been pretty primo. Everyone I knew who's been out trail riding said it's slippy but really nice conditions.
Just think of all the English junior riders that have been training their whole life for this. They've been in Morzine all summer, even though it's been pissing rain the whole time. They're ready for it. They come here and then it gets like snatched away.
Exactly, yeah. No, I don't know. You go to any UK national, even Fort William, if it's too windy for the gondola, and push up and start from halfway, and that's your race run. It seems crazy to me. I'm not gonna lie.
And then it's just like them going into elite next year. Like if we race in the mud, then it's like, well, we've got an advantage over you because you never got the experience to race in it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all bike time. It's all experience, isn't it? Like, don't get me wrong. I would be terrified to have been the first guy down that track this morning, but that's part of it.
You signed up for it.
It's what you signed up for. If you're not comfortable doing your run, don't do your run. That's a choice at the end of the day. But it just seems like, I don't know, it blows my mind. Unless there's something I've been completely missed and there is a huge safety concern, but no one's brought that to my attention yet. So.
Well, that was my next thing. The other thing is like we're asking for like solutions, and I think one of the big ones is like communication. Like we just don't hear anything, we don't know.
No, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the first person to hear information for the team, just being a mechanic. But from what I've heard from the guys who are in charge, the managers, they've not really had clear communication. We're waiting until the 11th hour for any bit of info from the organisers and stuff. So
Again, that's not my circus, not my monkeys, but yeah, I don't know. Seems really weird. It's a big development year, I suppose, with a lot of change, but a bit of clear-cut communication or a consensus, maybe. Like, I don't know how they got to the decision to cancel the juniors today, whether they actually asked any of them or whether that was just their choice, or the organisers' decision. Do you know what I mean? Because they do have a responsibility for the safety of the whole event. But yeah, I can't see any other perspective other than they cancelled the downhill mountain bike race because it was a bit too muddy.
Pretty much. Well, on a more positive note, kind of positive note, how worried do you get when Jackson sends that wall?
Thankfully, he's so chill about it. It kind of doesn't worry me. I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen the viral raw. I've seen the. He came down after doing it one of the times that he went off the track, I think, in practice, and was just like, yeah, there was just bodies everywhere. But he's so blasé about it. He's so comfortable with it, and it's just like, doesn't matter how windy it gets, he was still cracking on and doing it. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like a parent. Parent times it's like I can go along with it, or I can really worry about it. So he was more than comfortable doing it. So.
Man, I felt uncomfortable watching that. It's like James Stewart store wall kind of stuff.
Vital Raw delivered yesterday, let me tell you. I was expecting carnage on the first one, and it was all quite sedate. Everyone was a little bit careful with the new track, I guess, and then second one delivered. That's for sure. But yeah, no, it's hella cool. Big Hayden Deegan yank.
Cheers, Roddy. What's wrong with that? You don't agree?
I fully agree.
Is downhill dead?
I think today.
It's seen healthier days.
It's in healthier days.
For sure.
It's not dead, but it's in the ICU.
Yeah, today proves that for sure.
Yeah. Tomorrow I could see differently.
I'm afraid today the grave has started to be dug.
And tomorrow we could be buried.
Let's not say that.
It's not what he said.
Yeah, I heard Chris Ball's paid to wipe the internet of Danny Hart's Grand Prix run, Reece Wilson's World Champs run. Any wet race, didn't happen.
You actually can't find that now.
Yeah, it's gone.
I think we're going to get brought out by Saudi, and they're going to race in like the indoor ski runs. Are going to be new downhill events.
Yeah, sponsored by Live Golf.
Luckily, I heard there's a guy called Jack Clark. He makes like sick Instagram videos. He's trying to keep the sport alive.
I saw that. I saw a few today.
Yeah, not many.
I saw someone throw some fireworks. Can you confirm who that was?
Fireworks may or may not have been. I think Goldie Davis.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does he look like?
Maybe like a younger version of yourself.
Okay. Yeah. More handsome or less handsome?
we gotta let the ladies decide.
Okay. Just decide in the
He
comments.
looks like a budget Dean Lucas.
It's like the Wish version of it.
Wow. Look how happy you are when you're not holding the camera in an interview.
Oh, when I've had a bit of sleep, it's good.
It's good. Sleep, a day off, and no camera.
Yeah.
Different to Win TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Awesome. Well, we won't turn this into a podcast because Louis hates podcasts.
No, when it's this side, it's good.
Oh, it's good. You're happy. You're seated. You're good to go. You're ready.
Let's go, 50 minutes.
Sam, get that shoulder working. All right. Cheers, boys.